Hello and welcome to the Laughing Gamers podcast. This is LukeThor
and Jericho.
And we're going to start doing a podcast every week for those of you who are watching our blog and reading, obviously. I do most of the videos and I do the comics myself.
I do most of the reviews. Haven't done any previews yet, but hope to start doing that. So we're just going to talk about some of the games we're playing, some of the up-and-coming stuff. Luke, what are you playing right now?
I'm glad you asked. Right now I'm working my way through a classic, The Godfather of the game, and I found out that, little known fact, it actually does have cheat codes. One of my personal favorite cheat codes is the ability to get $5,000. I don't think I have it with me right now, but for those of you who are interested in crime and drama games and are thinking about playing back through The Godfather, interesting way to bypass the 5-minute lockout of that cheat code is to save your game, then reload your game, and do that again.
Speaking of crime games, I'm currently playing through the Saints Row 3. One of the best games coming out of 2011, in my opinion. Shooter. Do anything you want, basically. I mean, you're running a gang into Saints Row.
Have you gone to that Tron level yet?
Yes, I have. That was pretty cool in my opinion, but I mean, I think they could have done better with it.
How so?
Controls seemed a little bit buggy on my Xbox, but I mean, that's just my opinion. I think they could have done better. A lot of people think it was a great segment.
Well, you're more of a PC gamer most of the time, though, aren't you? I mean, after all, most of the times I've ever played video games with you, you've been online.
That's true. You have played mostly with me on Xbox Live, because you never get on Steam anymore.
Hey, can I help it? I'm working hard at my non-existent job, which is non-existent.
Yeah, me too. Oh well, we'll find jobs eventually. Maybe we'll make a career out of this.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
But, moving on, what games are you currently playing on Steam?
On Steam, I'm currently playing through Empire Total War. Kind of older, but I like strategy games, and this fits my needs.
Pretty good. Does it have most of the regular problems that plague strategy games, such as glitchy camera, not really much of a story?
I haven't played too much of the story. I don't think it's as interesting as they could have made it. Camera does get kind of glitchy sometimes, because when you go into a battle on the strategy menu, you can actually go on in and control your troops and everything. And that's where you tend to get your camera glitches. It tends to be a little tricky to maneuver the camera just right, and then at some point during the battle, you got to do it again. So I typically go through and I auto-resolve the battles.
Okay. I have recently started playing the extremely addicting indie game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was like Cave Johnson and 1,000 Spikes of Death. It's kind of Dragon Slayer-esque, and basically you have 1,000 lives at the beginning of the game. I mean, believe me, people, if you are thinking about playing this game, it is 80 Microsoft points. It's worth it, and you're going to use all of those lives probably before the end of the first level.
I can't say I've heard of that game, but I might have to give it a try.
If you do give it a try, I promise you, you will rage quit. I nearly broke a remote because I threw it across the room, yelling at the top of my lungs some words which I am pretty sure are demonic. But that may be slightly just because I'm an evil person. Or at least I try to be.
When I rage quit, I yell in different languages. They just keep me from cursing out people. For those of you who have any played with me, I'm not going to give my gamer tag out, but you'll probably know me if you play with me. If I rage quit, it's pretty bad. It's not fun.
Well, moving on, what games are you looking forward most to in 2012?
The game I'm most looking forward to is set for release in 2013, actually. I'm really looking forward to Resident Evil 6. Just released the new trailer. I got to view it last night. Looks like they got a new virus involved in this one.
Really? I thought the T virus. That's correct, right? The T virus was the only one that they would ever have.
They're actually known. And for those of you who don't know, I get really into gaming lore. And in the original games, before they switched to the over-the-shoulder, there was the T virus, and then there was the G virus. This as well, which you remember the big guy had an eyeball on his shoulder?
Oh,
that was
I remember
a
him.
G virus zombie.
Okay.
And now they've got the C virus, which I don't know anything about. I'm gonna try and keep you guys updated as I get more news on that. But I mean, from the trailer I watched last night, these zombies look like the normal T-virus zombies, and then you got some really creepy guys. It's that, I don't really know how to describe them. You got to go watch the trailer. You can probably find it on YouTube, and it's available on Xbox Live now, so it's a free download. I recommend you give it a shot. For those of you who haven't played Resident Evil, it's the best survival horror game you're ever going to find.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, what I'm looking for, Jericho, is actually probably Halo 4 the most. But that's probably just because I got my Game Informer today, and I had a fanboy squee moment. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gay for saying that. Those of you who are about to say that, you're probably Halo 3 players.
Hey, now you got to give Halo 3 its props. It was good.
It was a good game. It was a good game for its time, but all the players were douchebags. And yes, I'm not going to use very nice language on this podcast, probably. But I'm looking forward to Halo 4 because it appears that you're going to finally meet the people who created Halo. Not Bungie or 343 Industries, obviously.
You mean the Halo in-game Halo?
Yes, the Halo in-game Halo. It seems like you're going to finally meet them. Also, it seems that we're going to go back to fighting our old enemies, the Elites. Hopefully they'll do a better job on this than they did on ODST.
Oh, ODST. Talk about epic fails of video games.
Oh, man. Shoot the engineer. It'll be great. No, it wasn't, ladies and gentlemen. It was awful. I don't want to shoot a floating gas bag that has tentacles coming out of its something. I basically want to shoot an elite, not a floating tentacle dick monster.
ODST had its perks. It introduced what's it called? Firefight.
Oh,
right, which is one of my favorite modes. I've been a fan of, Horde mode and Gears of War.
True.
And everything. Those of you who haven't played Gears of War, I recommend it. I did a review of Gears of War 3. Gotta check it out.
Another game I am looking forward to, not really, but I want to make fun of it right now, is Fabled Journey.
Oh,
I've been looking at that, and it appears that the geniuses at Lionhead Studios have magically decided to start using the Kinect paraphilia. Now, first off, paraphernalia. I can't speak English. Tu yo habla español. I speak español. That doesn't work. But anyway, moving on.
Tu no habla español.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
You're not German either. You're Irish.
True.
We're both Irish.
But, moving on. The geniuses at Lionhead Studios have magically decided to start using the Kinect. Now, while I have nothing against the Kinect, I own it myself. I use it mostly for voice commands, stuff like that. Which, after this, we'll talk about the voice commands in Mass Effect 3. Because our great friend, Mr. Jericho here, has been playing Mass Effect 3.
No,
I take that back. He just gave me the look of death. For those of you who are blind, he gave me the look of death that said, I'm going to tear you in half if you try that again.
No, I haven't. I have not been playing through Mass Effect 3. I want to play through Mass Effect 3. We were talking about this on Xbox Live yesterday.
Yes, I slept since then. But, anyway.
And you slept by yourself.
Hey, not very nice. But anyway, the geniuses...
I'm sorry, was it a giant stuffed Pikachu?
Oh, low blow. Low blow. That was a low blow. Jericho, that was a low blow. LukeThor no likey. LukeThor no likey. But anyway, speaking of Lionhead, those idiots are now using the Kinect to drive a carriage in Fable. I love the Fable games. My mom hates them mainly because you can have sex in them, which is partially why I love them. But,
this could be a bad idea to talk about considering we're in the middle of a Christian school
fair enough.
cafeteria.
But they have taken everything good out of Fable, and the entire game is you driving a carriage, holding your hands out in front of you like a retard. I have nothing against this, except for the fact that I don't want to look like a fool holding my hands out in front of me, looking like a dog begging for a treat, which is mainly what most of the Fable lovers are doing by buying this game.
Well, I mean, this game isn't even out yet, and from what I understand, it's in the early development. And, maybe they'll make a couple changes. Maybe it'll be worth a playthrough. Maybe it'll be worth half a playthrough.
I'll get the demo.
Yeah, that's LukeThor for you. If he doesn't think it's a good thing, he'll get the demo, and then that's about it.
Yep. Okay, so moving on, talking about news in the gaming world. A more recent news is, while we're still on the subject of Lionhead Studios, Fable creator Peter Molyneux, or however you say his name.
By the way, we're getting this off Twitter. So.
Yeah, off a Pantech phone, so don't blame us. Has quit the comforts of life at Microsoft and Lionhead.
Well, that could have a lot to do with this crap game called Fable Journey.
It could. But what I want to know is, how is Lionhead Studios going to survive with their now creative mind gone?
Well, there are plenty of good game developers out there, and I mean like the head gamer over there. What's his name? I don't keep up with the
Major Nelson.
Major Nelson.
No, he's the head podcast guy.
Whatever. There are plenty of guys like him, and there are plenty of guys that can be like him. Maybe they'll do somebody a favor, bring somebody up out of the woodwork, and give somebody new a shot, and they'll sink or swim that way.
Yeah, but you see, this is the same thing that happened with Bungie Industries. Only on a smaller scale with one person instead of a complete and total company. But Bungie basically quit. Well, quit. Contract expired is the official story. But ever since Bungie quit, Halo games haven't been as good as they were. I mean, let's be honest. Keeping Blood Gulch out of Halo Anniversary? Oh my gosh. I wanted to shoot my TV when I saw that.
Now, LukeThor, you've been ranting about Halo 4, and the only thing I hear you complain about is the fact that they don't have Blood Gulch in it. Do you like this game or do you not like this game?
I love the game. I love almost every Halo game. My only problem is they leave
Except for ODST.
ODST was... All the other Halos were Trojans. ODST was lifestyle. Let's just leave it at that.
The only game that I like more, and this is for online play, more than Halo is the Modern Warfare series.
Oh, now that is a beautiful series.
Was it Infinity Ward that first did it in Holland?
Yeah, it was Infinity Ward, I believe.
Infinity Ward came up with the great idea of taking Call of Duty out of World War II and bringing it into the modern day. When Modern Warfare was in pre-release stages, everybody was saying this was a bad idea. When the game released, it was big enough on Xbox Live to unseat Halo as the live juggernaut. And there are still people who play that original Modern Warfare to this day. I know. I can't play it anymore because people keep kicking me out of games.
Well, of course they're kicking you out of games. You aren't as charming as me. And ladies,
yeah, but I'm just better looking than you.
Oh. Are you blind?
Do you have a beard? No.
Fair enough. That's because I shave. But moving on.
And I'm a lazy douchebag.
Who knows? Anyway, moving on. Next news story. Let me look at my tweet feed. For those of you who don't know, I am lazy enough to where I am not keeping my phone constantly on. Oh, here we go. Activision Blizzard sued over WoW Call of Duty.
Wait, Blizzard is suing Call of Duty over World of Warcraft.
It's either that or... Okay, here's what tweet says. At Video Game News says Activision Blizzard sued over WoW. And that's about it.
Okay, so apparently there's nothing to do with Call of Duty. You just can't read it.
No, it says Call of Duty report.
Huh.
It's weird. Well, I'm not surprised that the people who made WoW are finally getting sued. Mainly because, let's think about it, you've got the small kid in Russia. He killed his grandmother so that he could have money to pay for his WoW addiction. You have so many people that have died from playing WoW. That's not to say it isn't an excellent game. As a matter of fact, this is most likely a testament to how good of a game it is.
World of Warcraft is a great game. I've played it before. I don't actively play it right now because I don't have the money to pay $15 a month. I mean, I do have to pay for gas and everything in my car.
Yeah, that's because you drive.
I'm one grade lower than you, and I drive to school.
I'm still a year younger than you, and I'm a grade higher.
That's a good point. But I do have a reason for that.
It's true. We all do.
But... I mean,
my mother started me early. If you ever hear me talk about my mother, it's usually with the word Satan in the same sentence.
I don't know your mom that well, but she does kind of scare me.
She scares everyone.
Wait, your mom doesn't actually read our blog, does she?
Are you kidding? I don't even think she knows how to use a computer.
Okay, good.
No, seriously. Okay, a few
nights
ago, I'm asleep in my room, right? I hear my mom go, Luke! So I come downstairs. Luke, can you start the Roku for me? For some reason, my mother was on Monty Python, I think. So I start up. I go back to bed. 5 minutes later, Luke, I need help on the Roku. I come downstairs, help her with the Roku. It's insane. My house is insane. Only my dad and I know how to use technology. Thank goodness I'm an only child.
That's kind of the way it is in my house. My uncle has a career in computers. My other uncle likes to believe that he knows about computers. So most of the time, I have a 13-year-old cousin, and he's at that phase right now where he knows everything in the world. And he'll text me at 11:30 at night. I've had a hard day at school. Hey, Beecher, my iPod's messing up.
Oh, I know. People out there, just for the record, geeks are not your tech support, so we do have lives as hard as some of you find that to believe. Don't text us at 5 o'clock in the morning going, how does my computer start? I swear, you think everyone's blonde.
Okay, we're coming up to about at the 20-minute mark here. So let's kind of end off.
Okay.
This podcast is going to be a little bit rough. This is our first one.
I think we did fairly well for a first one. If you disagree with me, why don't you comment on it so I can make fun of you?
We did. Please comment on this. Let us know how we're doing. Don't just comment to rage at us.
Or to rage at me, mainly. I know, I'm kind of a jerk.
You're a lot of a jerk. But let us know how we did. And thanks you all for reading our blog and everything.
Oh, that reminds me. Thank you for our 200 page views. It was actually really amazing that we got that much. I personally didn't expect us to get 80.
I was surprised because we did reach that 100 page view mark within about a week and a half of us starting up the blog. So apparently there are some of you out there who like what we write about games, and we hope you'll enjoy the podcast.
Or my comics about raping noobs.
I'm going to have to put up an 18 and older sign.
Oh, don't worry. Just do it in binary.
Anyway, this is Jericho.
And this is LukeThor.
Signing off. We'll see you later.